Taurus, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-February 2025. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Taurus collective. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide spirit team, talk to me. What do we got for the bulls? What do we got for the Taurus collective here? Energies, messages, insights. What can we take a little peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Taurus in mid-February. What's the vibe? What's the energy swirling all around for my good friends? Let's see what's happening. Okay, the deck is being a little jumpy. There we go. Thank you. Fired up. This energy is very, very much fired up here, my friends, and it's moving at a different pace than what I'm usually used to experiencing for the Taurus energy. Either this is something where it's like my sights are set on this, it's like fixed in on something, but it's just very fiery and a little aggressive. And that's something I've been picking up around the earth signs this week in particular. But before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the February subscriber surprise towards then, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk more in depth about this card. So, interesting piece of imagery. I love the color scheme that's going on there. But we have this very powerful divine feminine figure, and she's wearing armor. It kind of looks like she's in space or a wasteland of some sort, and she's like pointing straight ahead. So for some Tauruses, maybe you just have a future focused mindset where it's like, you know what, I don't care what happened, I don't care what's happening right now, this is the direction I'm going. There's a lot of willpower here, and anyone that knows Taurus energy knows that Taurus is one of the signs when they want to do something, they'll do it, they'll make it happen one way or another. And that's kind of what this has given me, but at the same time it has a little more aggression than I'm used to. So whether you're moving something or moving at something quicker than you normally do, watch the temper in this time. All right, now when I see this card, it could be temper flare-ups. It's just very fiery. So those are the main things, either future focus, moving towards something quickly, or just watch the volatility, because you could have a lot of fire burning within you right now, and you could probably use some sort of outlet for that. Okay, to me, this could be like a pent-up energy as well. So we're just going to leave it at that for now. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I'm going to get you 3 cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. And I always say this first card here doesn't make or break the reading. So let's get it going. What do we got here for Taurus in mid-February? And yeah, while we get this deck shuffled up, ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. It was more of a big picture type of energy we saw last week. The reading was titled Karma Gets Served. And there was some sort of scales coming into balance, believe it or not. Whether it's something you got to witness or something you didn't. For a lot of you, it could have been karmic rewards coming in, or somebody getting what they deserve, right? It was a very judicious type of energy I was picking up last week. Now, karma is a very complex subject, and it didn't come through too straightforward last week, but it most definitely said the universe is about to balance something out. So we're going to see what archetypes show up for you this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone, so only take this how it hits for you. Because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else's, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards from a Taurus, friends. What do we have? Please. Mid-February. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, that's one of your power cards right there. We got the King of Pentacles. Right? I feel like this could be very important. And remember, it's not gender specific. This is a card that most definitely links into Taurus energy. Let's get 1 more. 2 more, actually. Thank you. Okay. This feels a little more fun. We have the 3 of Cups. That's a good card, usually. I mean, unless you're dealing with any sort of group dynamics or group situations. It's what we have for Taurus. Thank you. Okay, so you're going to have a bonus here. You do have the Magician on the back end, which is extremely powerful, universal energy. That seems to be a theme you've been picking up. But you also have another card with a lot of people in it. We have the Three of Pentacles as your bonus. So it's like you got the repeating threes. You have a lot of spiritual stuff showing up in your reading once again. So let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, and we'll get into that juicy intuitive stuff. So right now I'm cautiously optimistic. I know we saw that fiery type of energy in the beginning, but with the way this is laying out, I'm like, okay, well, maybe that's a good thing then, if you are like fired up or driven for something, because the energy so far looks okay. But elementally, we have a nice mixture going on. We have a nice earth and water mixture for the most part, because we got the King of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles as a bonus, Three of Cups. Whenever you mix earth and water, it does represent potential, blessings, abundance, usually very good. And it's complementary energy to the Taurus collective. We also have the Magician right here, which is universal. It's karmic as well, but he is the master of all elements. So that energy balances off. It's like, all right, we don't have too much earth, we don't have too much water. This energy is like in control. So let's go through piece by piece and really build this out, because so far I'm feeling okay about it, unless, I mean, these other people is what's going to mess up the vibe, if that's going to happen. But position number one, we have the King of Pentacles. Like I already mentioned, this is one of your power cards. It's one of your strength cards. This could represent another earth sign that you're connected to, so Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. If that's not the case, some of the archetypes I think about with this King of Pentacles, for a portion of you, you might be in work mode, career mode, pentacle mode. This is a huge card of your material security, material abundance. This is a card of making moves. It's expansion. This card is just filled with blessings, abundance, and stability. So normally I do like this. Now, there are downsides to it, of course, just like every other card. But in a Taurus reading, it does have a different complexion. You should be self-confident in this time. Be confident in yourself, your decisions, your choices, and how you're moving in general. Again, we're going to see if it's the challenging aspect. Sometimes this card can be stubborn when we're talking about the challenges. Sometimes it's someone that could be a little immovable or inflexible, where it's like, no, I'm going to do this. I mean, I'm not saying whether that's wrong or right, but this energy can sometimes be a little gunked up. So we definitely want to see what the clarifier is, because when the King of Pentacles shows up in reverse, it's very unpredictable. So we're going to have to see. I'm feeling okay about it initially. Now, moving to the center, we do have the Three of Cups, one of the best cards in the whole entire deck. Now, I know it gets a bad reputation in other places, because, yeah, it could represent third-party things, and the fact that we have the Three of Cups, Three of Pentacles, these are the best threes in my opinion, so I feel like we're leaning towards the positive end of the scale. But this is celebratory. It's very social. If you've been in a time of solitude, or if you haven't been getting out much, you got a little cabin fever, Spirit might want you to get out and socialize a little more when this card is here. Either that, or this could be a win, victory, or something going your way, because they're having a damn good time. See them? They're raising a toast. They're living it up. Now, the challenge of this card, or challenge, is it can represent sloppy group dynamics, somebody within your circle that you might want to keep an eye on, or someone that's starting some trouble. The Three of Cups can also represent overindulgence. So when we have cards like the King of Pentacles, the Three of Cups, it's like, give me more, give me more, give me more. So there's a strong appetite here with this card for something, right? I'm not going to pinpoint what it might be exactly. We'll see when we clarify. So there's a little warning that comes with that, or a couple of little warnings. Doesn't tank the reading whatsoever, because, like I said, it could be a victory, because these cards could really be great. Now, moving to the back end, we have the beautiful Magician right here, the master manifester himself. And you see him there. He has the wand in the sky, master of all the elements, universal symbol over the head. So the karmic energies are still here. Just know in this time you can be much more magnetic than you think. You could really be drawing things to you, people, situations. It could be winds, like we're seeing here. So it's like, all right, your powers to manifest and create could be heightened. Now, I always say every human being is a creator being. We could all create, but there are certain times, depending on what's going on in the stars, where that energy is heightened, and I feel like for Taurus it is. So just try to keep your mind in a very optimistic place when this card is here. Now, aside from manifesting and spirituality and ritual, which a lot of you guys might have your minds on, when I see the Magician, it's a card of control. So whether it's trying to control your own destiny, control a situation, control your own path, there's a lot of strong agency here, if that makes sense, when we see this card. So we want to see, because that could go in the reverse as well. When we get to the challenge of the Magician, it could be attracting the wrong things. It could be rough energies around you. needing to protect yourself from certain energies. So we'll get into that. Now on the back end, you do have a bonus, which is the Three of Pentacles. This card does link to career and money. Notice the group of people, they're all working towards a common cause. This is a card of teamwork to me. Teamwork makes the dream work. But yeah, when we have the double threes, the 33, we have the Magician, which is very spiritual. Watch for the signs, synchronicities, and omens. We'll see if we get any more threes showing up in here. But usually this is a card of a group dynamic. So again, we could be seeing energies of yourself, but also a lot of people you're connected to as well. Okay, so let's put that down right there. I want to dive deeper on all the Taurus. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here for my Taurus friends. What do we got? Please. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that King of Pentacles. And if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Taurus, you can drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, King of Pentacles time. What's happening? Why is that King of Pentacles here? Thank you. Five of Pentacles. Okay. All right. Keeping it to yourself. This could be someone that could be going through a rough patch and they're trying to keep it to themselves. But I also feel someone like really striving for improvement. Now, the Five of Pentacles could sometimes represent isolation. Could represent somebody that's lonely or missing somebody. So for a lot of Tauruses out there, there might be someone you particularly miss that's on your mind a little more than normal. When I see the King of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles, this could also represent somebody missing you when this card aligns. But I also see a motivation, right? Because the Five of Pentacles in regards to like money, finance, and work, if you're not uncomfortable in that area, I know usually Tauruses, they got their act together when it comes to money and finance, but there could be some uncomfortable aspects surrounding those situations, whether it's work or finance in general. But to me, it's the solitude. Remember I said here with the Three of Cups in the very beginning when I was talking about it, Spirit might want you to put yourself out there a little bit or socialize. Okay, so I feel like that's the main thing. That doesn't have to be bad, but I would say watch out for a couple of gloomy days when this is here, because this could be a bit of a warning. But I don't feel like it tanks the rest of the reading. So it's interesting where we have this social aspect. We have lots of cards, lots of people here. These cards are isolated. So I'm not sure if some of you might be self-isolating a little more than you normally do. We're just going to keep moving. I don't want to overcomplicate it on you, right? Because I feel if I keep giving messages, I'm going to keep reading into it. But for some of you, it could just be you missing someone or someone missing you. But let's go in on that Three of Cups. I mean, this could also represent a rough patch as well, like going through a rough time. But let's see why the Three of Cups is here. Where's that Three of Cups? Thank you. Wow. Okay, Judgment. My friends, that explosive, fiery energy we were seeing there in the front could be actually translated into a win. And I feel like a drastic change in the vibe, a drastic change in the energy. Now, I know there's a lot of Tauruses going through a lot of different things out there, right? But when we see the King of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles, it's like, oh, I'm feeling down. I'm feeling a little gloomy, a little down in the dumps. Three of Cups, Judgment. That's like an explosive win. It's very fiery. So it's like a quick switch or flip in the energy. So I will say this, for some of you, it could just be that very explosive win that almost comes out of nowhere, seemingly, where it's like, okay, it's win after win after win. But for another portion of you, I feel like this could be the energy shifting, like on a dime, where it's like something that just improves. It's like almost overnight. It does like a 360. So it's like a drastic or an extreme change in the energy. Hopefully it's not going from this way to that way, but these energies are like total opposites. So I do feel for some of you, there could be situations that change in an extreme way, where it was a little rough for a while, then it's great, or if it was great, then it's rough. It feels interchangeable depending on your situation. So it does feel like an extreme change to me, or an explosive win. Claim the positive. Let's see what's up with the Magician. Let's see what's up with the Magician, because this to me feels like night and day. Feels like night and day. So why is the Magician here? For some of you, it could even be emotions, right? It doesn't always just have to be work and other people. It could even be like within. So you just take it how it hits. Let's see why the Magician's here. Then we'll do a quick recap before we get into the shadows. So why is the Magician in the mix for Taurus? Thank you. Right. Very stern, very serious. If you're connected to an air sign, they could be showing up here. The Queen of Swords in the upright is extremely strategic and plan-based. So this could be Spirit asking you to really plan ahead in some form or fashion. Listen, I know normally with Tauruses and Earth signs, they do have a big picture view of things. And just like we saw here in the beginning with this fired up, forward-looking type of energy, when I see the Magician and the Queen of Swords, it's like I'm looking forward. Not looking at all this stuff, she's looking forward. So I feel for a lot of you, Spirit might be wanting you to plan your next steps or be very sure about what it is you're pulling in. Don't just manifest and do things on a whim. It's like, no, be purposeful about something. So for a lot of you, it's a great time. Like, for some reason, this is a very specific message. If you ever wanted to try manifesting something, I feel like writing a list, writing it down, writing what, like, that's just what's streaming through my head right now. So whether that's something you do or something Spirit wants you to try to do, like literally write out the things you want to manifest to you. But again, there's just something here about doing something purposefully and strategically. Okay. And listen, I know in life, we're always going to get curveballs thrown at us, right? We can't plan for every eventuality, but there is something here about just looking forward in a structured way. So let's go through and do a quick recap. Then we'll get into the shadow. I like this energy on the back, and like I said, I do feel the magnetism around a lot of you. But if you kindly look in the box, position number 1, before we get to the shadow, we have the King of Pentacles, one of your power cards, with the 5 of Pentacles. So in this time, watch out for feelings of loneliness. There could be someone very specific that you're missing and thinking of a lot, or that could be how someone's thinking about you if we're looking at this in an interpersonal way. Watch out for uncomfortable work or financial situations as well. But the energy does flip quickly, because we move to the center, we have the 3 of Cups with Judgment. Now, I did say for some of you, this could just be an explosive win coming out of a rough time into a positive, but to me, it does feel more of like a drastic or an extreme change in the energy. So whether it's internal, external, it's like we were here yesterday, we're here now. It's like a 180, boop, like we did a complete turnaround. Moving to the back end, we have the Magician with the Queen of Swords, being purposeful and strategic about how you move forward, and that very hyper-specific message about writing down your manifestations in list form, the things you want, the things you want to accomplish. Literally write it down. Don't just type it up. And yeah, Taurus, please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows. Okay, so let's get a good shuffle here for my Taurus friends, please. What is happening? And yes, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing. So let's get you one. If you've made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get this going here. What do we got for Taurus? Please. There we go. Nice and quick. Okay, the Lovers, partnership. So that does seem to be an underlying theme that we've been seeing throughout this whole entire reading, even though we didn't put all of our focus on it, because we did have the 3 of Cups, we did have the 3 of Pentacles, the people around us, the social aspects of things, the 5 of Pentacles, the longing and missing. The Lovers does represent the people that we are closely tied to or have strong bonds with. Now, in the positive sense, this could be a Gemini you're connected to, or it could just represent somebody where there's still a very strong emotional or energetic attachment, even if you don't see it. Because remember, this is the shadows. So keep that in mind when this card shows up in the shadows. Either that or something you need to heal from. It's like, I care for you, but I can't see you. I don't know why that's showing up here, Taurus. It's like, I still care for you, even though I can't see you or you can't see me. That's a very specific, you're getting some specific messages this week. So I feel like this is good, but partnerships in general could be very important. Okay, whether you're healing from it still or whether it's something current. So we're going to leave it at that, Taurus. That's what we have this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details. The February subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can check out the availability and my digital calendar on my website, mastermetaphysics.com, so we could get a little forecast for the next few weeks for you. But for the February subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 3 copies of one of my favorite decks, the Tarot of the Owls. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, if you could snap your fingers right now and wish for something, what would it be? It could be anything except more wishes. You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll talk to you soon.